Hi, this is Mrs. Zhu, and we're going to be working on homework 4. Now, today in class, if we did not finish the lesson notes, that's all right. If you can finish completing just the front page right now, this was the chart. So spend some time, pause the video if you haven't had a chance to read it over and complete, and then I'm going to go over the answers with you, and you can pause the screen. Team A was the answer to letter A. They were the ones that traveled the distance proportional to time because it's a constant rate. So any time you see constant rate, it should be a clue to you that it's going to be proportional. And for Team B isn't proportional because if you look at the ratio here, 1 to 4 that I've highlighted, of 4 miles 1 hour, then when you get to 2 hours, it says 6 miles. If the unit rate is showing 1 hour and they travel 4 miles, which is 4 miles per hour, then at 2 hours they should have traveled not 6 miles, but instead 8. So these two, if I write it as a ratio, 4/1 and 6/2, they are not equal. 6/2 is the same as 3/1, and that is not equal to 4/1. So you can see that Team B is not proportional because the ratio of time to distance to time of D to T, abbreviate, 4/1 and 6/2 are not equal. So the rate is not constant, making it not proportional. And you don't have to finish the back side of the lesson worksheet. We're going to move to the homework. You do have to do both sides of the homework. So let's start with question 1. Question 1 is fairly simple. It's going to ask us to fill in the chart. He mows the lawn, $15 for every lawn he mows. So we're going to put 1 lawn, earning $15. It's a constant rate here, so 2 lawns later, $30. 3 lawns and 4 lawns, you can go ahead and fill that out yourself. We want to know the type of relationship. Well, the type of relationship is they have a proportional relationship. It might seem a little repetitive because in the problem it already says it's proportional and you're just identifying the type of relationship. We're still looking for proportional. Number 2 might be a little more tricky. It says that at the beginning of the summer she had $120. That was her initial deposit. After 1 week, she may put in another $5, and every week after she continued to put in $5. So if I begin with $120 for not starting, for starting off, then what would be the time in weeks? 1 week? But not 1 week because 1 week hasn't passed yet. She still has that $120 in her bank account. 5 weeks? No, not 5, because she already just has that there. So what number would represent the number of weeks for a $120 balance? That would be 0. She starts with that. But after 1 week, so now we could put 1, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks. After 1 week, then she starts to put in the $5. Okay, so she'll add the $5 in there, giving me $125. Another week later, another $5. So $130, and then another week after, another $5, $135. Try question 3 by yourself. Okay, and I know the question is quite loaded. It's asking for similarities and differences. Just basically make some observations about Lucas' reading and Brianna's reading rate. So a good thing to do to start you off is just to find the rate of each one and to describe that. See if the rates are the same. Okay, see if they're proportional, because if they're constant, if for each of the hours that passes and the pages read, then you'll be able to make some better observations and describe that better. Just a reminder, make sure to use your vocabulary words. Okay, when we get to our quiz on Friday, it's important that you use that as you describe and create your sentences to explain and justify your answer. So you want to be able to express it in math with the vocab words. And then on the back side, I will do number 1 and you can do number 2 by yourself. Here, Mr. Jacobson loves buffalo wings. That's his order. So we're going to calculate the unit rate. Well, first of all, I want to calculate my unit rate by the number of dollars per wing. Yum, I love buffalo wings. And we're going to calculate the unit rate for each of their orders. So I'm going to do a division for each one, dividing dollars over the number of wings. And since I'm dividing the dollars over numbers of wings, the first order was $8.16 divided by 12. So when I look at this fraction here, that's going to help me to figure out when I go to divide and I do that little box, I know which one will go in. So a trick that I like to remember is the number on the top goes in the box. That's my little rhyme and trick to help me remember. So the number on the top always goes in the box, whether larger or smaller, dollars or non-dollars. So we're going to put that 8.16 in the box and the 12 outside. For the Common Core standards, we actually do allow calculators. So it is good practice though to just divide it without your calculator. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I got 0.68, which means that it's going to be, because the unit rate is dollars per wing, then that means that for the first one, it's going to be 68 cents per wing. I'm putting it into the table because that's what it wants me to do. I'm going to do the same thing for each of those, so go ahead and fill out the rest of the chart together. And then you'll be able to answer question C. Is there a proportional relationship between the number of wings and cost? Hopefully you got to spend some time calculating and dividing dollars by number of wings, dollars by number of wings. As you divide, you should be able to notice that one of them is not going to be equal to the 68 cents per wing. So for letter C, the answer is going to be no. And then you can give your explanation and make sure you also fill out the 2 boxes. I'm not going to give you the answer. You can divide that yourself. Okay, and then you are left for the rest of the problem, number 2, to work out by yourself. And this question is on soda. I hope you feel better prepared. Feel free to rewind and watch this video again, and we'll see you tomorrow. But I do want to make a really quick reminder, and that is about the quiz on Friday. And I may not have mentioned to every class, but anybody who receives an A on a test or a quiz is allowed to earn or receives a homework pass to be used on any homework assignment for the rest of the quarter. Okay, so it does expire at the end of quarter 1, and the homework pass that you get basically allows you to get full credit for homework, and you don't have to do it. So we can talk more about that in class when we could use that, and once we take our quiz on Friday and you do receive one the following Monday, you will know and we'll definitely get into how that works. But there is a little incentive this week on Friday that if you get an A on your quiz, meaning 90% or more, then you will receive a homework pass. All right, bye.